We're back here at Richelle Morgan's studio. Richelle Morgan is a fitness expert and the owner of Bodysculpt Bootcamp. And Richelle, today we're talking about partner work.
Yes, partner work. Always great to have a partner to work out with, a buddy, a friend, a coworker, your husband, your wife, family member. Just makes it a lot more fun when you've got someone to work out with.
Right, and it keeps you motivated too, because you might find after 10 minutes you don't want to do anymore, but if you've got somebody with you who can say, come on, do another 20.
Exactly. I think that's why too, I mean, our classes are so successful because there's other people around you to keep you motivated, keep you inspired, keep you going. So whereas, you know, you might want to quit if you're on your own, you've got that other person to be like, come on, just a couple more, we can do it.
Now, tell us about the two ladies. We have Camille with us.
Yes, we do.
Misty.
We've got Camille and Misty, and both of them are instructors and personal trainers with Bodysculpt Bootcamp, and they both teach classes and they take clients as well, and they're just both fabulous.
Well, who better to show us these exercises than Misty and Camille?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so what's the first partner work we're going to look at?
Okay, we're going to look at squats, partner squats. We're going to do two versions, okay? First version, your partner's going to hold on to your hands and support you, all right? So whoever's doing the holding, you've got to bend down into it, use your legs, make sure they're nice and strong so that the other person can sink into a nice deep squat. And what this allows is for you to be able to go down a lot deeper than you would normally go on your own.
Okay. And Richelle, what is this working out?
We're working the legs, we're working full legs, so we're working the thighs, the hamstrings, the butt, the calves, everything. Okay. We're also working our arms as well because we've got to hold that person. So we're firing those muscles.
And everything is, I mean, I'm watching both ladies and their backs are arched
perfect
properly.
Form, yes. Yeah. So this one thing I love about this one, and I love to do this one in class too for people that aren't used to doing squats, because it really allows you to learn how to do a proper squat, how to sink back so that your knees aren't going over your toes and get as deep as you possibly can and really, really fire those leg muscles.
Is it possible that you can be doing something like this and not know that you're doing it the wrong way?
Easily, yes. One of the keys that I always tell people, if you can't see your toes, you're not doing it properly. Okay? Because a lot of the tendency that people have is to go straight down, which then puts your knees right over your toes, puts a lot of pressure on your knees, and you definitely don't want that. Okay. Also, keep in mind your core as well. Keep that tummy tight, you know, and the more you keep everything tight, the more muscles you're going to fire.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's one exercise.
Yeah, that's one. So we're going to bring you into the next exercise.
I know, and thank God we practiced beforehand because I needed it.
So this is another version of the partner squat. Okay. So I'm going to have you line up with Camille back to back.
Now we're gonna lock arms, right? Because I had trouble. I shouldn't say we.
So if you're going to do this with a partner, you definitely want to make sure the height. Your equal height, okay? So you don't want to do it with someone who's a lot shorter than you. It's going to make it a lot tougher. And so what you're going to do, you're going to line up your backs, okay? You're going to press into each other as hard as you can. The more support you give your partner, the better this exercise works. You're going to walk your feet out a little bit, and then you're going to squat down, and then come back up. And squat down.
And the trick is to remember that you're still pushing as if you're pushing against the wall.
Yes, definitely. Okay, because if you don't push back against her, she doesn't have the support to keep her up. And now we're just going to hold it down. Oh, a nice static squat. Really firing those leg muscles, and you can come up. Good.
Okay, perfect. And you can really feel it. And that's why you have to trust the partner that you're working with.
You have to trust your partner. You have to support each other. So what I find that builds is a lot of confidence. And it's fun, too. When we do these in classes, the ladies are laughing because they get a kick out of it. I mean, you're falling all over the place and you're having fun though at the same time as you're working your muscles.
Right, and you're learning at the same time.
Yes, you're learning what it takes to do stuff like this, what kind of muscles you need in order to do these kind of exercises. So it's really great for that.
And that's where you say to yourself, okay, no more pop and chips and chocolate bars. Start eating healthy so I feel better when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so show us another one.
Okay, so we're going to do a partner dip. Okay. This is a little bit more advanced. All right. So Misty's going to come and do the dip. Okay, and I'll actually have you come to this side, Misty. Okay, and Camille, come to the end just so they can see it. Okay, so Misty's going to get set up into a dip position. Okay, and Camille is going to come, and we're going to first start just lifting one leg. Okay, so we're going to and try not to kick your partner in the face. So Misty's going to dip, and she's going to dip down. She's going to be bending at the elbows, trying to keep her back as close as she can to the bench. So now, this is very advanced.
Richelle, if you don't have a bench at home, what
you can use a chair. You can use a couch. Okay, you can use the set of stairs. All right, so now we'll give Misty a little break, and she's going to be using both feet now. Okay, so Camille's going to grab onto both feet, and it's going to take it up that
and again,
next level.
Your bum is off the bench.
Yeah, your bum is off the bench. You're bending at the elbows, so we're working the back of the arms, the chicken arms, making them to stop waving. Yes, and she's going to go down. This is a lot harder, a lot more advanced. So if you're new to dips, I'd suggest putting these away for a while. Okay. Good job, ladies.
And how many of those would you do?
I would say, you know, start off with as many as you can, because they are tough. If you're a lot more advanced and you're used to doing dips, then you can do 15, 3 sets, and switch off, you know, so that you're always working and someone's just not standing there the whole time. So you do a set, switch off with your partner, then they do a set, and just go back and forth so that you move constantly. Okay, so that's a great one. Like I said, you're working the back of the arms, you're working the shoulders, you're working the chest, all the important muscles that we want to work on.
Need to start now so you look good for the summer, because it doesn't happen overnight.
Exactly. Okay, so next one we're going to do, we're going to bring some bands into it, okay? So the ladies are going to have the bands, and these are great as well. They're inexpensive. You can find them anywhere.
And you have them here, Richelle, so people who come and they take your classes.
Yes, we use bands in the classes as well. I use them a lot in my personal training sessions as well. So we're going to do a row. We're going to work the back, okay? And all they're going to do, they're going to stand feet shoulder width apart, knees nice and soft, tummies are tucked in, shoulders are back, chest is high. They're going to extend those arms forward and then pull them back, leading back with the elbows. So what's great about using the bands when you're doing partner work is the farther back you go, the more tension you give your partner. Okay.
And of course, if you can't come to your classes, you can buy the bands in fitness stores.
Yes, you can. Yeah, and like I said, they're very inexpensive. They travel really well. You can do so many things with them. So now what we're going to do, we're going to change that into a tricep workout. Okay. So now palms are going to be facing down, arms are straight, and you're just going to be pressing back. Okay, and we're getting a great tricep workout when we're doing this one. Looks really easy until you do it. Okay? And like I said, the farther back you step from your partner, the harder it is. All right, so if you don't like your partner very much, or if they, she, he was not very nice to you, you can make it hard as you want.
And again, does it matter? Because, of course, Misty's a little taller than Camille. Does the height make a difference?
No, not when you're doing cable work. When you're doing a lot of partner work, height isn't really that important. It's doing things like the back-to-back, the back-to-back work that can be a little bit difficult. Okay, so we're going to move on from there, and we are going to do some ab work. Okay, we're going to do a plank. We call these patty cake planks. So they're going to go down into a high plank.
And planks really work out.
Yes, we're working the core now. Yes. And what's great about these is we're now bringing into play our chest, our shoulders, our arms. Okay, so they're going to be facing each other, and you can do 2 options for the plank too. They're doing a high plank. You can drop your knees down if this is the first time you're doing it. And what they're going to do is they're going to do patty cake. So they're going to lift one arm, and they're going to patty cake. Good. And once again, the ladies in class love this one because it makes you laugh. You know, you're doing something that's a little bit different, and it's fun, and you're working the core, and this is not an easy exercise.
And you know what I was going to say, Richelle, I love when you get the beginners who come in and say, oh my God, piece of cake.
And then they do it, yes.
And they say, is
realize,
enough?
Wow.
Now, Richelle, very quick, because I know it's a lot for Camille and Misty here. Both of them have their legs separated. When you do planks, can you put your legs together?
You can put your legs together, but for more support, I usually recommend that people put their feet shoulder width apart.
Okay, shoulder width apart.
Okay, and you want to make sure you've got a nice long line, all right? If you're just starting out with a plank, I usually suggest your knees down.
Okay, great. So again, some great examples of partner work that we can do.
Yes, definitely.
Richelle, thank you so much.
You're
and again,
very welcome.
As always, you offer these classes here in your studio.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about how often you offer them.
We've got varied schedules. I mean, there's in the studio, I offer them 3 times a week, but we've also got different locations. We've got Oshawa, we've got Pickering, we've got Ajax, and then throughout the summer too, we've got a lot more locations coming.
And private one-on-one if people don't want to be in a group setting?
Yeah, private one-on-ones in the studio, or we also do in-homes as well, where we come to you with equipment and you get a great workout in the comfort of your own home.
Thank you so much.
You're very
ladies,
welcome.
Thank you again too. And for more information on some of the classes that Richelle offers, you can give her a call or you can check out her website.